It started with just as I was finishing up Winnie the Pooh, I had a conversation with John Lasseter about what my next project would be. And he always encourages us to follow our passions. And as a kid, I was very passionate about Disney animation and Marvel Comics. And so I loved the idea of mashing those two things up into an animated film, and John got very excited by it. And so he set me off on a journey to find the perfect subject to bring over here and make a Disney animated film. And I found Big Hero 6 and kind of fell in love with it and thought it was perfect for us. And we talked to Marvel. They were very encouraging and really said to us, don't worry about setting this in the Marvel universe. Really, make it your own. So create your own world. And that's what led to the creation of San Francisco.
And when Don did his initial pitch based on the property, we were all blown away by the emotional potential. This idea that there's going to be a main character who loses his older brother and then be left with his older brother's creation, this robot named Baymax, to become a surrogate brother was something that we just fell in love with 3.5 years ago.
Yeah.
And this journey's been about realizing that emotional potential. I love Baymax. He is a personal healthcare companion, a nurse robot, and he just wants to help. He's very naive and guileless and purely good, and he's an innocent. And I love these kind of characters. And there's a Disney lineage going all the way back to Bambi and Dumbo, where we celebrate those kind of characters. But really no character is great in a vacuum. It's always about the relationship dynamic. And the way Baymax and Hero play together is so awesome, because Hero is this very young, manic guy who has 1,000 thoughts a second, and the idea that he is paired with this robot who's very deliberate in his actions makes for a lot of fun. The team comes together because Baymax identifies that this kid needs a support group. He's going through a difficult time, and he's the one who actually calls on Tadashi's friends to join Hero and inadvertently creates the Big Hero 6. And so you've got Baymax and Hero, and then you've got Wasabi, Go-Go, Honey Lemon, and Fred comprise the rest of them. And Wasabi is sort of he's our precision freak character, and Go-Go is this adrenaline junkie who's very capable. She actually carries the team initially. Honey Lemon is a really vivacious and intelligent chemist, and Fred is a fanboy and a mascot, and initially he doesn't seem to have too much to offer the team, but he comes through in the end. He has enthusiasm, yeah. But he comes through in the end.
I think this is the first superhero team that has its origins in a support group. This is the first superhero team ever assembled as a support group first. Mm-hmm. At first, they are all very smart science kids, and they're all doing research at San Francisco Institute of Technology. And so when the time comes to join Hero on this quest to uncover the truth and bring this bad guy to justice, Hero turns all of their disciplines into superpowered technology. So for instance, Wasabi was doing research into high-frequency plasma lasers. Well, Hero turns that into plasma blades that he can wear on his gloves. Go-Go's maglev wheels turn into a maglev bike turns into maglev wheels that allow her to zip around the city. Honey Lemon, the chemist, gets a chemistry kit. And then Fred, well, he gets a rubber kaiju suit that can actually breathe fire.
And he couldn't be happier. He can jump really high and breathe fire. It's basically them, but amplified.
Right. We'll do our best. We'll do our best. We can speak in generalities about Hyperion because it's a pretty technical process, but we do know that it's a brand new software that was developed for this movie, and this is the first movie that was going to utilize it, and it really allowed us to create this world that's really rich and detailed, and to approximate a very cinematic look with the lighting, which we had never been able to do before.
Yeah, we're fortunate here at Disney that we're surrounded by very technical geniuses, and so we don't have to understand everything. But we do know that Hyperion allows you the virtual light in our virtual set to bounce many more times, and so it makes the world just feel more realized and more immersive. Well, it's a movie that takes on the idea of loss very directly, and the message ultimately in the movie is that when you lose someone who's close to you, in a sense, they're not really gone. They can live on through you, and they can affect your choices. And when you take in that idea, when you embrace that idea, it can be very cathartic as far as dealing with the loss. And so we have a movie that is a lot of fun, it's entertaining, it's funny, but I think there is a substantive message underneath.
And it also celebrates science and smart people. It celebrates, I guess you could say it celebrates nerds because all the characters in the story are self-professed nerds.